Hi, and welcome to Sixcess Stories. We are your hosts, Christina Gent,
and Eric Ozarowski.
and this is where we share real conversations with the members of the 6 Degrees community about life, leadership, and the power of meaningful connections. On today's episode, we have Anthony Anselmo, the 2025 Connector of the Year and Employee Benefits Advisor at King Benefits Insurance Solutions.
Yeah, in this episode with Anthony, we talked a lot about football and sports. It was very relevant when we were sitting down with him, but we also got into how he uses his interest in marketing and background in marketing to implement really creative and outside of the box thinking and utilizing technology, specifically AI, to generate business and leads. We get into the importance of philanthropy for him and his family and the impact he's had because of his brother and through his brother. And also we talk a little bit about his goals for wanting to do more of that in the future.
Yeah, I definitely always love talking about football, so I really enjoyed that conversation. There's already been some things that have transpired since then, so
Bears, baby.
so it was really fun, and for me, I think I really got to see just how humble Anthony is when it comes to giving without really even thinking about receiving in return. He's such a great guy that everyone truly, truly enjoys being around and spending time with. So please enjoy this episode of Sixcess Stories.
What are we doing for check-in?
I mean, I haven't seen you all day, so like I don't know what the vibe is of
The vibe for you is wine.
Yes, the vibe for me is wine.
I was going to get a drink. I'm just trying not to drink for January, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's just going to be very hard not to drink tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what's one thing we could all do right now to be present, just to be here? I feel like we're all coming from different places and energies.
I don't know. I mean, I'm chilling. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of hanging. It's been a busy day, just kind of going through different meetings, like coffee. Honestly, it's actually been fun. Like the past 2 days for coffees that I've done, it's just been like, I was with, Ronan at C3 Bank. Mm-hmm. We just met up in Encinitas, and he's like, do you want to go for a walk? I'm like, sure, why not? So we walked like 2 miles and just talked, and it's kind of nice. I did the same thing this morning too. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's a different way to connect, different way to be around someone, right?
Yeah.
Where it's not the same coffee meeting that most people will kind of fall into.
Well, maybe here's a better question. So you're someone that is constantly meeting people, and so how do you transition between, how do you go from one to the next to the next to the next? I'm sure you've had days where it's 8 stacked back to back to back.
I haven't done that many like back to back to back for a long time. Like there was a time where when I first started, I was like in BNI. The most I ever did in one day was close to 7 or 8.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot.
Oh yeah, no, and it was at a point where I was in the beginning of my career, and I just started. I was drinking coffee at every single, because I just felt bad if I didn't order something. So I was having
Oh my God.
Like I was having coffee at every single one, and so I got to like the last one, and I was like, damn, I am hyped up. But then I crashed halfway through it, and I was like, this is crazy.
So was there anything that shifted between it, or was it just like, no, I'm just ordering another coffee. We're just powering through this.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's like I kind of just shoot the shit with folks. That's really it. Like I don't really. It doesn't matter to me. Like I can go from one conversation to another.
But there's not like a step back, reset. Okay, I'm
no.
meeting this person now, or doing this.
No,
or
this is the part of my job that
it's
I
just all
enjoy.
flowing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, like I'll just go talk to people all day. I'm happy to do that. If I could be out just talking with people, going to lunch or going to coffee or doing something instead of me being at my desk, I would 110% do that because it's just, I feel like I would go nuts if I was just behind a desk all day. Yeah. So I just like talking to people. I mean, even after this, I'm going home and my fiance has a girls' night, so I'm literally just going over to my buddy's house and we're just gonna watch the game and grill steaks. So
nice.
It's just
that's a good Friday.
That does sound
and then
great.
just go out and hang out with some of my buddies.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How about you, Christina?
That's probably something I could work on, is the transition between people. I feel like because I just go on to the next thing, I could do a better job of maybe taking 5 minutes after each person and really like, okay, what are the actual follow-ups? What are the things I need to do? What are the action items? What am I looking for with that person? Which I've said this time and time again. And actually on a call I had today, it kind of sounded like maybe this is what he created, but I've said to Eric, I would love a CRM where all I have to do is record myself talking about the interaction, because I don't want to record the conversation, especially if I'm in person, like on in a coffee shop or whatever. It just feels really intrusive to me to have to do that. But I want to be able to, right after it's over, just brain dump. What did I learn about this person and everything? And then I want that recording to be absorbed into some CRM and it organizes that shit for me.
Yeah.
Right? Because to go back in and do like the manual part of entering something into the CRM, I'm just like, that part I don't want to do that ever.
Have you used Fathom at all?
I don't think have we used Fathom?
So it's kind of like an Otter AI, but like, for example, I know some folks on my team use it and it's there. I feel like in people, like, I mean, this is for Zoom, but you could honestly...
It's specifically for Zoom.
Yeah,
I was doing some
specifically
research
for...
on it.
Yeah.
Well, that to me, for some reason, it feels more normal to record Zoom stuff.
Yeah.
Most people at this point, when I'm on a video call, it's like, this is being recorded, and it's just, okay, great. And like AI takes notes. That doesn't feel intrusive to me as much, but for some reason, when it's an in-person interaction, I don't want to have to like turn on something on my phone to record it so that we're both, you know what I'm saying? Like it just,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like if you just like ask somebody, they really won't care. I mean,
Yeah.
Jason with Beanstalk,
Yeah.
he had this thing that he showed us actually, I think in like one of the, what is it called again?
Plod.
Yeah. And like it literally looks like a credit card and you just put it down and press a button and then it just records everything and then sends it to your phone. So that was pretty cool. But I feel like even if you just put like your phone down and had Fathom, like the cool thing with Fathom is that you do a whole meeting or conversation or everything, and then it just makes a summary for you.
Yeah.
Like it literally just sends you an email and sends the other person an email that was involved in it, just a summary. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's probably some conversations that I would not want recorded. I mean, I don't know. Like if it's at a happy hour or something like that, like after a while.
Well, there's a whole thing where it's like, especially in like California, where there's privacy stuff.
You can.
And at the same time, like if we were in a coffee shop, it's considered public. So it's okay still, because it would be the same. It would be the equivalent of overhearing someone in a coffee shop. Yeah, so the setting of it matters. It's such and everyone's just fucking recording everything anyway. So it's like,
so it's just kind of like whatever. But no, I mean, I don't care. It's like, I mean, I've got a microphone in front of me right now, so it's just,
But for me, it's more the CRM piece though. Like I want something where if I recorded something, an audio piece, it could take that information and it knows how to organize it. It knows I could even just say like, set up my next task to be X, and it'll literally do that. And then it's done, and then all I get is each day, here's your list of tasks that you have to get done, or whatever that might be. But if it doesn't exist at this moment in time, it's almost here.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I would maybe think around that of like something you could do is maybe even if you get a recording and you just throw it into ChatGPT and be like, hey, give me action steps, and like if you have a CRM like Salesforce or HubSpot or something like that, it's like, give me a task to put in and just do copy and paste it or something. Like, I don't know. That's the way that I was looking at it. Like maybe that's a way around it right now.
Yeah, there's definitely ways to kind of work around it right now, but the AI is almost here. It's going to be here for whatever I'm asking for. It's very close.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, just think about like the Google glasses or all of everything's going to be recorded all the time. There's a Black Mirror episode. Do you watch Black Mirror at all?
Yeah.
The one where it's just the memories.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything's being recorded, like through their eyes, basically.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean, I was looking at trying to get some of those Meta glasses because I mean, I think I looked at it and it was like to get Ray-Ban sunglasses, it was close to $200, and then it was like $30 or $40 more just to get the ones that have cameras on it. I'm like, sure, why not?
That's
like,
interesting.
yeah, I was just like, that kind of looks not bad. And you just tell it. Like I had when I went to Kansas City for a Chargers Kansas City game, one of my buddies' cousins had the Meta ones, and it honestly even like worked like AirPods. It was kind of crazy. You can hear the music, but no one else can. And so you ask it questions, like, I don't know. There's a lot of cool things you can do. I mean, the other one where it just like you could literally do like live translations is also crazy.
That is
but that one's like
insane.
$700. So
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit different. But yeah, all of that's gonna at some point that's gonna be the norm of how we interact. And yeah, it's the world's crazy.
No, I mean all the AI stuff is fun. I mean I post stupid AI stuff every single week, so it's like it just has my face and my voice, and I just post football pics every.
What made you want to get in, start doing that? Obviously, you've always done the football picks. So what made you want to play around with Sora?
I don't know. I mean, actually, it was my dad. My dad sent me a video of him, I think, like taking off like a helmet or like a Chargers helmet or something like that. And I was like, where the hell did you get this built? And he was like, oh, it's Sora. And he sent me an invite code. And I was like, I saw it on TikTok for a bit, but he like sent it over to me. I'm like, this is sick. So I did my face, did all the stuff, and I started sharing it with just some of my friends. And so I've got like maybe like, I'd say 8 or 9 friends that are on Sora too, that I can make videos for them too.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. It's just crazy. It was actually funny. My one of my fiance's best friends, her boyfriend, she like texted me probably about like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was like, you made a monster, because he made like 50 Sora videos and kept showing it to her, and she just texted me, she's like, why did you do this? And I'm like,
just ruined my life.
Yeah. No, I was like, that's awesome. But I don't know, I just did it, and then like basically I just used Canva in the beginning when I was making my NFL picks and posting it on LinkedIn, and
Yeah.
it was easy to put together. But then I was like, I'll just try something different and like see what it does and just be specific in the Sora ask. And then it made it, and I was like, this looks pretty real. And like, I think there was an event that I went to that I think maybe it was 12 people came up to me, and they're like, how the hell did you do that? And then there was others too that were like, damn, like how did you, like how long did that take you to do? Like, they're like, how did you get like the suit and everything? And I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. Like green screen was nuts.
The production level was the production budget was off the charts.
Like even recently I posted one with me at Arrowhead, and it was snowing, and somebody commented, stay warm, and I'm like, that's crazy. So I don't know if it was a joke or not, but a lot of people.
So you like what percentage of people that have commented or interacted or said something about it do you think like thought it was real?
I mean, some of them look very real. There's some that I'm like, okay, yeah, this doesn't look. I did like a college game day one that just did not look super real. Like you see my face is all like jumbled up from far away, and then they zoom in on me when I make my picks, and it looks like me. But I don't know. I mean, because it's tough to. There's a lot of stuff out there that just looks like
real. That's terrifying to
me.
Though, that many people. Like, I mean, every single one. I'm like, I know this is AI, and you're using it. And again, I would imagine generationally, there's people that are older. It's like, that was really cool. Like,
oh yeah, there's so many different things.
They don't even realize, but you're literally just typing a prompt into a thing. And
yeah.
The ones that have humans, I feel like I can still really, like, I can still tell, and I'm like, no, that one, I think that's AI. There's been a couple of times where I've watched something where it's an animal, and the first time around, I'll believe it, and then I go, wait a second, and then I'll look at the comments, and like 16 people are like, AI, 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 and I was like, shit, I believed it the first time I saw it.
Let me guess, did you get duped by the, I think it was like rabbits jumping on a trampoline? Because that was one that I saw. I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I was like, shit, that actually is not. Like,
That's
then
not
I
real.
saw one of the same exact how it looked before, but it was like a dolphin jumping on it. I'm like, damn, I really got.
They got me.
Yeah, they got me for sure. And I'm
Yeah.
like, if that got me, how many other people that don't use AI at all are like, oh, we're so cooked.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crazy part to me. So did you start posting at the beginning of this year with the football season?
I did it like halfway through.
Halfway through, right?
Yeah. Like,
so it's been like 6-7 months ish. 6 months? Maybe?
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Like somewhere around there.
Have you seen it progressively get better in like that short window? Or it depends on what it is, and
I mean, I have to just, because like I don't even know how many seconds it is, but I know I have to redo it. Like the one I did today, like you're gonna hate this, but
why is she gonna?
For the audience, he pointed to me.
No, because I did one of me. I was like, hey, I'm in Cancun with the Chiefs and Ravens teams. Like, here's my playoff pick. But
Shots fired.
But like, I had to redo that one maybe like, I don't know, like 10, 15 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because sometimes it cuts off. So like the one that I posted, like it just looked the most real, and it looked like me, and it had like waves in the background and everything. It was pretty cool. I was like, this is crazy. But it cut off at the end when I said the Chargers were going to beat the Patriots. And I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna post it anyway. But there's some that make my eyes look weird. It just doesn't look like me. Like, it's just, there's some weird things that go on. So I just literally just do my prompt that I already have in it, and I just do it. I write like, do it again, please, or do it shorter again, please. Yeah, you got to put the please in just in case the robots come back and kill you. So you got to be nice to the AI. But yeah, I feel like it's improved, but I think there's even a Sora too. I think I was talking to my dad the other day, and he was like, yeah, like, have you checked Sora 2 out? And I was like, oh,
that's just Sora?
That's Sora, yeah. I didn't even know there was a Sora 2 until I talked to him like 2
I haven't
days
played
ago.
around with it that much, but it's super fascinating to me. We've talked about this with someone, but I think there's another part of this where if I wanted to build a brand and I'm like, I don't like to be on camera.
Yeah.
It's like, you literally don't have to.
Oh, yeah. No,
because it was, I mean, for someone that doesn't know anything about this, like, how easy was what you're doing with Sora? You're uploading
put a sentence in.
So
your photo and
yeah, so you literally, it was funny. My buddy did it in a bar the other day when I gave him the code to, because like it was an invite only, and now I think people, whoever can go on to it.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's free. But you literally go, like, I sent my buddy the invite code. He downloaded Sora, put the code in, and then you say, I think, 3 or 4 numbers into the camera, like your front-facing camera, and just move your face around a little bit, and then it has your face and your voice, which is scary, but also eventually somebody's going to have it anyway, so why does it matter? That's it. And then it just takes a few seconds to load and get everything in, and you can just start making videos of whatever.
And then it's as easy as typing in
the prompt.
The prompt of, I want to show me doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, and it used to be like, even before I was in it, I saw videos of people doing stuff where like I could have just been like a SpongeBob character, and it looks exactly like SpongeBob, or the same thing with like South Park, and all these different things. And then they pulled back really quick. They're like, yeah, we can't do this. Like, so you have to make, even for like the NFL stuff, I have to say like a Chiefs team or like a Packers jersey or
in the
prompt, because sometimes, like, I tried to make one where it was Phillip Rivers' first week coming back, and I was like, make a video of me and Phillip Rivers giving our picks, or someone that looks like Phillip Rivers, and it just didn't work.
Like, they have restrictions.
Yeah, and there's certain people that are on, like Mark Cuban's on there, where you can make videos with him. He just has his face in there, and like I've made a few videos, it just doesn't look great.
Yeah.
So it's like there's certain people that you can do it. I think like Jake Paul or any of those other folks are in it that you could use them and make videos with. But yeah, it's pretty strict when it comes to that kind of stuff. So you have to play around with it.
Got it.
For
Like
certain things.
there's a lot of probably trademark.
Copyright
stuff.
Yeah,
and,
right.
and those people I'm sure gave their like name, image, like they signed off on.
Oh yeah,
like, you can use my shit.
Yeah, so it's. Yeah, I mean, it's fun though. You can play around with it and do stupid things. It's very fun. Like it's a good time. So
That's wild.
The lighthearted side of it is the terrifying part is there's all these things, the deep fake world of you could pick a person, pick someone in the political world, have them show them doing something, and for someone that's older that doesn't understand that this isn't that person, positive or negative. But there are literally people making decisions and having beliefs about certain things because they saw a video that they don't know is not true.
I saw one the other day. It was with RFK, and I don't know if it's RFK or RFK Jr., but how he has his like raspy voice or whatever it is, and it like sounded exactly like him, and he was saying something like just wild,
crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, that's great. And it like his mouth was moving and everything, and I was like, that's scary. It doesn't look like it was edited at all, and it just sounds like him, and I was like, that's scary.
We're in a world where it's like, if I'm not there and I don't physically experience it, like I can't really trust it.
Oh yeah,
I can't. I have to at least question.
Oh yeah,
right. Without going down the political, there's so many things that happen every day that gets put on the news and all this stuff, and it's like, is that real?
Yeah,
is that the real version of it? Did it get edited before I'm seeing it? Like,
well,
there's so many
like,
filters and there's so many lenses.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I think there's a cool part of it, and also like a scary part of it too. But the cool part of it is like, if there's, I mean, for all the people that are like watching Stranger Things and everything that hated the ending, in probably 2 or 3 years, you could probably make it with AI of whatever ending you
thought about it. I thought about that.
What's it called? Gate? Conformity gate?
Yeah.
Where you could just create it.
No, you could. I mean, that's the thing. Like, for all these people, like, whatever show, whatever movie or anything, and you're like, oh, like wonder what it would look like with this. You make it, and then you could post it, and people are like, oh, this was a great idea.
Oh, well,
like,
it would be the same thing. Like fan fiction exists. Like that's something that has existed for forever, right? It would take it a step further because it's not just a written fan fiction that I think most fan fiction typically is.
What do you mean by fan fiction?
Someone will take Stranger Things, for example, and they'll create like a fan fiction world of the characters doing something else. Maybe they go and there's another monster and they write something, and then people are fans of someone's fictional writing of that. That happens with so many different kind of huge hit series. There was Game of Thrones fan fiction, there was Twilight fan fiction, there was all kinds of stuff like that. It's just the fans taking the core of it and creating a story that's parallel or kind of within that. So this would just be taking it to a visual kind of element of it. Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I remember there was like a bunch of backlash for Coca-Cola when they were making like a Christmas commercial, and it was all made by AI. And like they didn't say that it was made by AI in the beginning, and people were like pissed about it because they're like, oh, there could have been like jobs for people to actually like animate or make any of this, and so they have to show in the beginning like, oh, this is AI generated. But that probably saved them millions. You know,
during that same time, Apple released a video or a ad, and it wasn't AI. They like created puppets, and it was like this whole thing, and that had a ton of positive feedback. People loved that commercial. They were so happy that it was real and it was created by humans rather than AI. So that was a really good example of this one was used with AI and the backlash that it got, and this one was used with real people and creatives and the positive that it received.
It's all going to be created by AI.
Yeah.
So it's similar to how just everything in our world, there's things that are handmade and you can feel like it's handmade, like furniture, and there's people that make chairs and wood and all this stuff. That'll still exist. But like when I can't tell the difference, I'm going to do the cheaper, faster, more efficient thing. Yeah. And people are just going to go,
well,
cool.
and then they're going to pay a premium for things that are handmade, just like what we do now with things that are handcrafted.
And it'll be the really, really talented people doing it. It can't just be average handmade stuff. It's going to be like, it has to be like really, really great.
Maybe, because if it's quote average or it looks imperfect, people are actually going to really love the imperfections.
That's different than what I'm saying, I think.
Oh, okay.
Their imperfections that doesn't make something average. More of like quality, right? Like I'm gonna pay for quality at a premium.
Yeah.
Versus it could look average and kind of be unique because it's a one of one. That's different than like, I bought this thing and I paid a bunch of money and then 2 weeks later it falls apart or it rips.
Yeah.
I mean, think that already exists in retail. Like think about buying a bag or shoes or something from a Ross or a TJ Maxx and how long that lasts, and then the difference between buying something that's on the cheaper end versus like Hermes or something like that, you know, where it's thousands and thousands of dollars, but people will pay for it because it's handcrafted and their status.
It's branding.
Yeah.
It's marketing and branding.
Yeah. So
for you obviously that's just a fun thing. Do you use technology in what you do professionally at all? And similar, like what's some of the stuff that you utilize?
I mean, honestly, I use ChatGPT for certain things. Like a lot of people have it where it just writes emails for them, but I still I like writing my emails first because I kind of write how I talk. I mean, that was one of like the biggest things that one of my bosses, Jeremy, told me. He's like, you just write how you talk, and it's just a lot of exclamation marks and a lot of different things. And so it's nice to just write out everything that I was thinking about and then throw it in and be like, just make it a little bit more professional. And it comes out and I'm like, damn, that looks good. So I use it in that way. I do have like another tool that is actually like pretty reasonable that I use for like a CMR campaign kind of thing. It's called Scout AI. And so I can go into Sales Navigator for LinkedIn and pull people's emails. I can pull cell phones too, but I don't really ever go that route.
Sure.
But I can put together campaigns. The thing is with me, like if I can just go out and do stuff like this and go out to lunches and go out to coffee and go talk with people, and like how I said in the beginning, it's just I'd rather be out and about and talking to folks all day than in front of my desk. And so I kind of have built, like at least for the beginning of this year, and I used it last year and it helped me get a decent number of clients. I just put together some campaigns where I have 4 or 5 emails, have different things, whether it's going after PEO groups, going after large groups that are renewing in Q2 or Q3, groups that are maybe have been with their broker for over 5 years and just asking like, hey, you've been with your broker for a while. Would you want a second opinion? Like, obviously you maybe have, I mean, more than likely have a relationship with that broker and it's been forever, but it never hurts to have a second opinion and see these are a few things that you're missing, or this is a few things that you could do that would save you guys a shitload. So I have those campaigns running right now. It takes a lot of work in the beginning because I'm actually pulling these prospective clients from LinkedIn and putting them into the CRM and pulling the emails, putting them and building like the email campaigns and everything. But I use that a decent amount, just kind of putting that all together.
So basically you've automated the outreach part. And then from there it turns into getting together, building the relationship, right? You're using the technology to open the door.
Yeah. I mean, it's just for it's for the cold outreach for prospects and everything like that. Yeah. But if I can have that, just kill 2 birds with one stone and I'm out doing stuff like this, well, I have that going in the background and maybe an email resonates with somebody. I still do follow-ups when it comes to like, I see like this prospect opened it 4 times, they clicked on this link or something like that, and do follow-ups from there, whether it's dropping in person or doing a phone call or multiple phone calls. It's just a bunch of different things. But yeah, no, so I use that. I'm trying to think other AI. Honestly, just with LinkedIn, with the videos, like it's all stupid. I'd say 1 out of 12 posts that I'll make is insurance related, because I highly doubt anybody on my LinkedIn feed, even if it's other HR directors and CFOs and folks, don't want to see me post about insurance unless it's something like major. It's just going to be stupid shit that it's like funny that people are like, just see it.
You say it's stupid, but it's your brand, right?
Yeah, it's part of who you are. And that's the thing, is the people who the cold outreach is going to, this is one of the first, if I ever open an email from somebody that's cold, which is very seldom. The only one I opened recently was because they made it seem like they also went to K-State. And so I was curious of getting their name, because I was like, I threw their name in LinkedIn and I was like, did they actually? Or did they pull things from my profile? How truthful is this? Anyway, but that's where I'm going to go do my research. Yeah. And so for somebody who opens your email, is like, all right, well, who's this Anthony guy? Who would, like, what's his deal? And then if they go to your profile and they resonate with the whole football thing and these silly videos, then that might be the reason why they actually say yes after reading 4 emails and discovering. So like that's part of building the personal brand on LinkedIn, other than like the insurance knowledge that it's like, okay, great, but who's actually reading that?
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I don't know. I feel like in this business, it's a multitude of combinations when it comes to getting new business and retaining your clients. It's just a lot. I'd say the biggest thing is relationships for sure. And
what percentage of new business have you closed through the cold outreach side? Like maybe just last year, like the campaigns that you were doing, like what percentage of your business?
I'd say last year was probably like 25%.
25%.
Yeah. When I started in COVID. And so it was all cold outreach. Like there was no networking. There's no nothing like that. So like I used LinkedIn heavily. Actually, there's another thing for AI that I use. It's once again stupid, but it got me like 3 meetings and 1 new client. But
why is that stupid?
Well, no, because because you're gonna hear
it's working.
You're gonna hear it.
I don't know what it is yet, but
crazy.
it's like it's not stupid.
So I used a Snapchat filter to make myself a donut from Krispy Kreme, like my face, a donut, and so basically just saying, and I sent it in LinkedIn to people saying like, hey, so and so, like, hope you're having a wonderful week. Would love to just drop by your office and drop off a box of donuts and talk about your benefits and benefits administration.
About this.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's just like literally my eyes and my mouth in like a Krispy Kreme donut, and so it works. I mean, it was like, I call it stupid because it really
you say
is.
It's stupid, but like marketing agencies pay millions of dollars for these kind of ideas, right? And in an industry that you're in, it stands out, right? So there's a level of this is silly. It feels, to use your word, it feels stupid that it works, but it's like, no, you're differentiating yourself. You're doing that something that is genuine and true to you. It's fun. It's playful, right? It reinforces who you are. And then you're like, I could just show up and bring donuts, or I could do this kind of cute, silly little thing, and people, that's more memorable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I tried other stuff too. Like when I was like reaching out to larger groups and talking about wellness, I was like a smoothie. And I was like, I'll drop off smoothies. Like it's a bunch of different stuff. And I got this idea from it's another broker up in Newport that did it, and he was a cup of coffee, and it was like just asking people out to coffee, and it was hilarious. And he was like, he would do it for the first week or two of being a coffee and sending it out, and then he sent one a week or two later where he's a piece of pizza, and he's like, well, if you don't like coffee, if you want pizza, I'll get you pizza instead. And I'm like, that's awesome. So I was trying to find different things, and I was like, the donut thing's easy. I can pick up donuts, like actually get Krispy Kreme donuts and go drop it off. And so yeah, I mean, it opened some doors. And so yeah, that's another thing with AI, with Snapchat. And I don't know, I think it's just funny stuff. I had one broker I talked to a while ago that it's not even AI related, but like different things of getting in the door where people are like, wow, that's smart. Yeah, I want things that are like, people are like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah.
There's one that they would send, I don't know how the hell they would get the foot size of the person, but they would send one sandal in the mail and say, you can get the other sandal if we have a conversation. And they would give the other sandal in person for a meeting. And then there was another one where it was like they would send a drone, but they wouldn't send the remote, or like the remote for it. And they're like, if we have a meeting, you can get the remote. And so it's stuff like that where it's just unique and it's like out of the picture, where people are like, wow, that's crazy. And it gets them an opportunity, you know?
Yeah. I think I told you about, there's this guy I met probably like 20 years ago maybe. But his whole thing was, so he called it lumpy mail. And so when you send someone something, it was, if you want the conversion rate to go up, it was like, give it a lump and your sales will get a bump.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the tag with it. But yeah, if I send something that stands out, that's not just this card, right? Like a shoe or something, there's an experience that happens to it. And all of a sudden it's like, you have my attention. And then, there's some gimmicky things you could do. There's some things that stand out, and there's cute ways to play with certain stuff. But it's, part of it is like, I want to work with you. How do I get in the door?
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes it's stuff like that. Like, I mean, it was like during summer and I was trying to get into some of these companies, and I was like, I just taped my business card to a Trader Joe's sunscreen, and I was like, hope you don't get burnt by these Q4 rate increases. Like, would love to chat with you. And so, I mean, that opened some doors too, but it's just like finding like
of all of those things, which one has been the most successful?
I don't know. I really don't.
You don't track it like that?
I should. I very much should.
I'm organized. It wouldn't be hard to go back and.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
You sent out X sunscreens. You did so many donuts, and how many?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to go back and look at that. That's one thing I always tell myself I should be a little bit more organized on. Is like going through, because I just kind of go day by day, and But that's definitely
part of it. The reason to do that would be like, this one worked. Why did this one work
the best,
better than the other ones? Was it because, and like, which clients am I getting with these types of things?
Yeah.
Right. Like there's some analysis there that would probably be really insightful because I would imagine for you, part of this is you get to be creative a little bit and play around with it, and it's fun to do different things, but like to know, like, not just we're going to throw a dart at the board. Yeah. This one's kind of cool. But to know, like, here's the one that worked and here's why, and kind of group them, be like, these are all kind of the same if you can figure out the common thread.
Well, I'll tell you one that didn't work. I used Sora. I used Sora, and I just made, like, it was a general one, so it wasn't specific. Usually when you make a video message or something like that and you use their name first off the bat, and that's when they get hooked in a little bit more because they know it's specifically for them. I made myself as like the host of Price is Right, and basically like just had like all the stuff in the background, the music and everything, and it was just like, hey, wanted to see if you'd want to come on the Price is Right and check to see if your benefits price is right. Like, would love to meet with you.
Crickets.
Oh yeah, nothing. I was like I showed it to a few people and they're like, that's hilarious, and nothing. But it was near the end of the year, and it was probably just busy season where people didn't really want to look at it. So I mean, a lot of people are doing stuff on LinkedIn. Like, I remember when I first started, all I was doing was LinkedIn video messages and voice messages, and I had actually one of my buddies from college reach out to me because I reached out to his boss to ask about benefits, and I sent like a LinkedIn video message where it just comes up as like a blue dot, and he sent it to his team. He's like, if anybody can tell me how this guy did this, like, I'll buy you lunch. And so he reached out to me and he was like, how'd you do that? And I was like, I just sent him screenshots.
You send him a blue dot?
So it's a video, or it's a voice message on LinkedIn. So it's like leaving a voicemail. A lot of the stuff that you can do from like LinkedIn video messaging and all these things are like only you can do it from your phone on the app. If you're trying to do it on a desktop, it won't work. So I would go into LinkedIn, find the prospect, go to message, go to this like little paper clip, and then it shows an array of options where it's like voice message, video message, send a video. So the voice message, you literally go there and you just hold record and say whatever you do, like it's a normal voicemail.
Sure.
And then it sends it. And so like a voicemail, but it would come to their phone or their laptop or whatever they're on and says, Anthony Anselmo sent you a voice message. And then they go into their LinkedIn, look at the messages, and then they just press play and it's like a voicemail. So it comes up as like a blue dot. That's what kind of why I said it like that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So that worked for a little bit too. So it's just kind of throwing shit against the wall and see what sticks. But yeah. But at the end of the day, I'd still say like referrals and the relationships are the biggest thing by far. So yeah.
I guess to back up a little bit. So tell us a little bit about how you got into employee benefits during the pandemic.
Yeah.
What were you doing before that?
So I've been doing this. It's been about 6 years. I went to Cal State San Marcos, and I had my last semester, and I had 2 classes left in my 5th year. I was studying marketing, and I was kind of looking for like something part-time just because I had 2 classes. I was like, what the hell am I doing? And so I actually talked with my dad, and so my dad's business partner's uncle is Bill, who's Bill King, who started King Benefits like over 50 years ago.
Got it.
And so no intention of going into insurance or anything. And like kind of a background, like my dad is a wealth manager. He has his own company, Anselmo Investment Management in Temecula. And so he's got his whole company that he's had for, I think, maybe over 25 years or something like that. But it was an opportunity, and I was like, sure. I don't know what I'm going to do from a marketing perspective. Like I always loved sports, so I was like maybe sports marketing or something like that. But they were like, oh, we need help with marketing. So I started part-time, learned a little bit about employee benefits and kind of everything like that. And then after I graduated, they offered me a full-time position.
Like in marketing still?
Yeah, in marketing still.
Okay.
So I was basically their marketing director for probably a year. And then they like started teaching me more about the broker sales side of it. And then I fully kind of dove into it on the broker side. And it was like in waves where it was 50% of it was the broker side, 50% was the marketing, and then it just kept going down less and less for the marketing, where it was just full broker. So yeah, been in the business for 6 years. So I mean, funny enough, this is actually my first real job. Like before that, I worked in a warehouse for San Diego with a lot of my buddies from college, and before that, I was a pizza delivery boy. So
San Diego,
nice.
San Diego Solar.
No, San Diego, like the clothing company. There's one in Carlsbad Village. There was like one in UTC, Fashion Valley. It was like a surf shop kind of thing. But we just worked in the warehouse in Vista because it was close to San Marcos, and all of our friends got fired. I got fired too. Yeah.
What did you get fired for?
Well, it was. I mean,
what did all of you get fired for?
Just not showing up and showing up late. Like it was actually funny. Me and one of my best friends, we were like one of the last 4 out of, I think there was like 12 of us. Well, because everybody like either showed up late and they just got fired, or they just didn't show up. Yeah. And so we went out for one of my buddies' 21st birthdays in Encinitas. And then we woke up the next day and realized we were supposed to be there at 8 and it was 10:30, and we were like, shit. So we drove together to work, and we got there, and the manager was like, don't even bother clocking in. We both got fired, and then we just both decided to go to the horse races. So yeah. So I looked at him. He's like, "You want to go to the horse races?" And I was like, "Sure, let's do it." So we went.
That's what like a 60-year-old person that has been in the same business for their whole life. That's what they do on the day they get fired.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just sounded like he was like, "You want to just go to the horse races?" I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." So
we just some ponies.
Yeah, we just did that and hung out and. Yeah, and then after that, it was just like a little bit of time, and just, I mean, I focused on school for a bit, and then got the opportunity with King Benefits. I mean, there was probably like 6 or 7 months between getting fired at San Diego and doing that, but it's been fun.
To go to the pizza delivery, do you have any crazy stories from delivering pizza?
No, I just have like, there was a few, so like, because I'm from Temecula originally, and it was like Jersey's Pizza. It was in Murrieta. And so I worked there with 2 of my good friends in high school as well. And nothing crazy. There was just some shit houses that I just knew I never wanted to go to. There was a guy that was high off of his ass that I gave him his pizza, and he like 100% went inside it. He's like, I'll be right back. Closed the door, shook it up, and then opened it back up. He's like, hey man, what's wrong with my pizza? And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? What? So, and then other than that, I had someone pay me and all change, and I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, there was houses that you knew wouldn't tip that I was like, damn
When that call comes in, you're like,
yeah,
oh.
yeah. Like, and I would go and they would give me like 50 cents or something like that. And I was like, that's sick. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
But no, I mean, nothing like crazy.
If you weren't doing what you're doing now, what would you be doing?
I have no idea.
No?
I really don't know.
Do you see yourself doing this for like the foreseeable future?
Yeah, I do. I don't know what else I'd be doing. I don't know. Maybe I'd be a wealth manager in a different life too. Something in business. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've always looked up to my dad and wanted to be my dad when I grew up. So it's just kind of something like that.
Yeah. Do you have
Like,
siblings?
Yeah. I have a little brother, Nick.
How much younger?
He is, I always forget, I think 3 or 4 years younger than I am.
Were you in high school together then or no?
No. Yes. I'll give a little background on that as well. So Nick, he was diagnosed with autism at the age of 2.
Okay.
And so he was in special needs classrooms. He went to a different high school than I did just because I went to Great Oak. He went to TVHS and they had a better special needs classroom and like kind of program there than Great Oak did at the time. But that's like a whole other story. Like my family had a foundation in Temecula and Murrieta Valley. It was called Our Nicholas Foundation. So it helped children with autism. We had different events all the time. Like there's one that was called Kick with Nick that we basically had local high schoolers. Like it was when I was in high school and even middle school, teach children with autism how to play soccer, get them jerseys, soccer balls. We'd have a whole trophy party at the end of the year. Same thing. We'd have like a walk in the vines. Like we would go to Leoness and have a walk where people could either basically raise funds for their child, for like speech therapy, for an iPad, or for even just the local special needs classrooms. So we would have stuff like that all the time. And that's definitely just like a big part of my life. And that's definitely made me like kind of the person that I am for sure. Just seeing with my parents and taking care of Nick. And yeah, I mean, I love Nick to death. And that's like one of my drivers for sure.
Yeah.
Is to just take care of him and take care of my family. So yeah.
Is the foundation still active? You said everything in the past.
Yeah, no. So I'd say during COVID, it kind of, Nick has gotten older, and from a perspective of different programs and different things, like, I mean, you probably have heard of like the Terry like Campus for Life in San Marcos. It's where like adults with special needs can go, but it's definitely a change going from children with autism to, I'd say, adults with autism, because it's just a whole different animal. Because it's not them going to school or going to high school or middle school or elementary school and
it's
going
being in the world.
Yeah. So it was a give and take. I know my parents were very happy with everything that they did with ONF, and I think during COVID it was actually just a kind of time for it to not shut down fully. Like my dad still has this thing, part of his business, where it's called AIM, but it's AIM for Good. So it helps other charities throughout Temecula and Murrieta Valley. But it's just kind of been, I'd say, to a point it is shut down. It was a stressor because it really was a nonprofit that both my mom and my dad were like really the only folks that were running it. And it was
So
just
much
all,
work.
it was all volunteer based. And it was good with the impact, and like friends and folks that we helped throughout the years was definitely awesome. You do see some of the bad side of it too, with just some parents that are just fucking nuts.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to have the patience and to be able to.
It does.
Yeah.
There are some crazy fuckers out there for sure that are just takers. And I don't know. Eventually my goal is to hopefully do something like that here. I don't really foresee myself moving back to Temecula. I think San Diego and Carlsbad is like my home.
Do something like that, like have your own foundation, or like just get involved in a foundation that's got the same mission?
Yeah, I think just kind of ONF, revitalizing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a combination of things, because I always think about the future and what my future looks like when my parents are gone and what I'll do for Nick.
Yeah.
So
does he live with your parents?
Yeah. So he lives with my parents in Temecula. So
how old is he?
He is I'm 28. I think he's 25. Okay. I am horrible with birthdays. It is bad. Like I know the birthdays. His birthday is April 16th, and and I know like my parents' birthdays, and I could not tell you how old they are.
Okay.
I'm bad at that too.
I don't know why.
I don't know how old I am most years. So
At
it's all
this
good.
point, I'm like,
Don't worry.
what age am I?
Yeah.
I literally have to do the math. I remember what year I was born, so I just do the math every time. It's just crazy.
That's cool. I mean, that's cool though for you to have that experience of having your parents be so involved in a foundation like that, and to have it kind of be an example of a way to support family, to give back to the community, to help others. I'm sure there were so many things, so many positive things that you got to witness, got to be part of by being on those walks and at some of those events.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it was just cool for like the community that we were able to help. Just all the stuff in general. It was great.
That's awesome. What did your mom do?
So my mom was a teacher for the longest time.
She was a teacher. Okay.
And then she became kind of like a stay-at-home mom with myself and with Nick.
Yeah.
What grade did she teach?
She taught kindergarten. I think it was kindergarten. My grandma also taught kindergarten. So she kind of took after my grandma.
You lived in Temecula. Have you lived anywhere else besides Temecula in here?
No, I mean, I tell people all the time, I've been in like a little triangle my whole life. So it was like Temecula, San Marcos, I lived in Vista for a little bit, and then Carlsbad, and that's really it. So the triangle of the 76 to the 15 and back. But so, I mean, I do like, there was the time that I was like, oh, like I would love to live downtown. Now I really do not at all.
You missed that age where that.
I mean, I had a bunch of friends that moved to PB and lived in PB and did all that. Like, I feel like at this point, I'm kind of like, I'm good where I'm at. Like, I love Carlsbad, Encinitas. It's great. Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm older than I am.
You got old soul.
Yeah,
old little soul vibes.
I've just been in that little triangle my whole life, but I do love traveling. Like,
any desire to live anywhere else?
No,
like outside of California.
No, I mean the only two places that I went to that I was like, oh yeah, like I could 100% see myself living there was probably Denver and New York.
Okay. New York. That's very different.
No, New York is very different. I just love the cold because I mean I grew up
because you're from here and that you don't actually know what that.
Yeah, no, I know.
He has an experience.
No, it's
living in cold.
Well, I went to the Chargers Kansas City game last year in Kansas City, and it was cold as shit. But like there was one period because I was like, this is nice, and it started snowing. I was like, hell yeah, this is great. And I can imagine living there, it's probably not great.
Day in and day out, it's like
negative 53. That is the coldest I've ever felt in Chicago.
Yeah, see, that sounds horrible.
When it gets to 53 here, people are cold.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's cold outside. I'm wearing a jacket right now. Yeah, no, but okay, so I enjoy visiting the cold. I don't know. And New York was cool. Like I like the vibe of it. I like you don't need to drive anywhere. You can just take the subway. You can just it's stuff to do all the time, and it's right there. Yeah. But yeah, no, you can't. I mean, I can walk to the beach from my apartment right now, so it's like it's hard to beat that.
It's really hard to beat that.
So
you can't beat that. So how'd you become a Packers fan?
That was my next question.
So it's funny. It's like over the years, it's been a combination of things. So my uncle lives in Wisconsin. My grandparents on my dad's side are Packers fans. So I grew up, I actually have a picture because everybody's like, oh, you're not a Packers fan. And like, I have a picture of me in like a Packers like onesie when I was like 2 or 3. But I grew up watching it with them. Honestly, it's funny because I played soccer my whole life and I was all soccer, Premier League, everything. Chelsea was my favorite team. And then like once I got to high school, or actually probably a little bit after high school, I got really into football, and still the Packers were my team.
Did you play football?
No, I just played soccer my whole life. Okay. And soccer still is definitely my favorite sport. It's just NFL. You can't beat the NFL. It's just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It is. But so I love the Packers. My dad is a diehard Chargers fan, and I do love the Chargers as well. So it's like, it's kind of, I don't know. It's weird to say that I have two teams, but it's the truth.
An AFC team and an NFC team.
Like I actually went to the Packers-Chargers game at Lambeau, which was awesome. I just wanted to go to Lambeau, and it ended up working out.
So I did. We went to Bear after we moved here because it was on my bucket list. But Bears-Packers at Lambeau.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
If I went to Lambeau growing up, I would have become a Packers fan. That place is a fucking cathedral. There are 3 advertisements in the entire thing. They're all Miller Lite, and they're tiny.
No, it's great.
I'm like, this is crazy
because it's owned by the people.
It is such a cool atmosphere, and I've never been to anything like it.
No, it's
as a Bears fan, it made me a little. I'm like, I know why people are Packers fans.
Well, it
hurt a little bit.
The only thing to do in Green Bay.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the truth. Going for like the tailgates, the fact the houses are like right there.
That's where we were tailgating. It was in the house.
It's insane. and that's the really cool thing I think about that. It's like, it's crazy. And then you go like to SoFi here, and it's a whole different, it's like nuts.
Yeah,
But
we
like,
haven't been to SoFi yet.
it's SoFi's cool. It's just, it's not a Lambeau.
It's the
not.
opposite. It's literally the opposite.
Oh, it's 100% the opposite.
It's what people
Like,
are so mad about with the new stadium that they're building for the Chiefs, because Arrowhead is such a staple. It's such a
Exactly.
it's a cathedral, like you described, for Green Bay, and so yeah, there's
yeah.
a lot of unhappy fans right now.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, I love the Packers. I love the Chargers too. I'm like at a 50-50 split, really. Like, I was like, there was a,
Super Bowl. The two of them are playing. Who you rooting for? Or
you're
just happy with whoever wins?
Honestly, I think I'd say the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd want to see my dad happy. Because I have watched so many Chargers games with my dad. Like, I even remember last year watching the Texans game. I was like, well, it was like after the third pick from Herbert that I was like, oh, this is brutal. This is like, and I just saw him. He's like, I'm going to walk outside. I'm like, all right. So
I'm gonna walk outside.
I need a break.
yeah, so it's yeah, I'd probably say the Chargers, just because I mean the Packers have so many already, but it's just, if the Chargers could get one, that would be nuts. And we have season tickets to the Chargers, so I go up there with my family and with friends and stuff like that. So
you're one of the few people that when they left, you're like, nah, we're still on board.
my dad was pissed for a little bit.
Yeah,
he was
got
just
over it.
like, yeah, he was pissed, and he's like, I mean, I thank God he didn't fully go with it, but he was like, he grew up in Fort Worth. And so he's like, maybe I'll just be a Cowboys fan again, because he was a Cowboys fan when he was like a kid, because he grew up in Fort Worth. And thank God, because that would suck. That would be, I mean, that's just brutal.
It's funny how,
been
like,
rough.
the Cowboys, I remember when I was a kid and always hearing like the Cowboys being, this is America's team,
America's
right?
team.
This is
Yeah.
America's
How
team.
about them Cowboys?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
it was this big, Cowboys. And now it's almost the majority of America is like, no, it's embarrassing to be a Cowboys fan.
They just won at like a very pivotal time, and they won. They had was it 3? They won 3. They had a 2 or 3 to 4 year window where they were good, and they won at least 2, if
I
not.
think
Well,
so.
they didn't do
if
3 in a row. I know that's for sure.
not 3 in a row, but they had this run, and then they haven't won since then. And I think Jerry Jones just came out the other day and was like, made
I saw
it
that.
all about him. He's like, I want to be the owner with the most Super Bowls
Before he dies.
before he dies.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like, and every
crazy.
Cowboys fan just like slapped their head and just like, we got to deal with this guy.
Yeah, no,
'Cause
I mean,
they're not winning again while he's there.
No.
Sorry, Jerry.
I mean, their offense is crazy good. Dak looks good with CeeDee and Pickens and Ferguson and Javante, but like, it's,
There's kind of the same thing as the Chargers. If something goes wrong, they find a way to
Yeah.
lose it.
well, and they traded Micah Parsons to the Packers, which was crazy. I
Yeah.
could not believe that Jerry did that. I was like, wow, all right, that's nuts.
Bears fan was not
but yeah.
excited about that.
So regardless, I mean, I just like football. It's fun. I do fantasy with my friends, and we have a couples fantasy league with my fiance, and
A couple's fantasy. You guys have the same team.
no, we all have. So there's 6 couples in it, and there's 12 teams.
Got
and
it.
so yeah, we've got it's different teams, but we have the punishment and same thing, winnings and everything. So
Have you ever had to do a punishment?
oh yeah, so I got second place in my boys league, and then I got last place in the couples league. And so unfortunately, because I'm the commissioner for both, because I just feel like I have to do everything for these people. I unfortunately said that this year it's a co-punishment, so no matter what your significant other gets, like
I'd
if
be
you get second or
pissed.
first or whatever, you have to do it with them. So we have to do a beer mile.
Oh no!
Yeah, she's fine. It's all good. She said
I
she's
would
fine
not
with
be
it.
okay with that.
Yeah, so it's
I ran a beer mile a couple of years ago. It was a punishment for one of my best friends back home, and I just like happened to be back in town. He's like, I have to do a beer mile. Like, I think I'm gonna do it. Blah blah. I'm like, I'm gonna be in town next week. You want to just do it then?
yeah.
The whole thing was like, it had to be under 10 minutes.
Oh, see, that's insane. I didn't
So-
put a timeline on. I was like, there's no shot. Like,
I did it in under 10
Or if
minutes.
I could walk it, like whatever.
yeah,
I did it in under 10 minutes, barefoot, and I threw
Oh my
up
goodness.
so bad.
yeah.
I also
that's-
was coming back from Vegas.
Yeah, you were hungover already. Like
I was like,
you
this is
were
a good
already-
idea.
Yeah.
It was not a good idea. This is like, it's probably like 5
Yeah,
years,
your
5, 6 years
your
ago.
Vegas energy said, yeah,
5
let
years
me
ago?
do that when I'm home with you.
Yeah.
And then when you got there, it was
No,
no
that's-
bueno.
It's a poor choice, but it's doable.
No, yeah, and
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
recommend trying to break the 10-minute mark.
That's not a terrible punishment. I've heard things that are just absolutely absurd.
Oh yeah, no. There's ones that I'm like, yeah, this is hilarious. Like, I mean, we had one last year, and I don't think my buddy's gonna do it. We did make it absurd. Have you ever heard of hobby horsing?
A what?
Hobby horsing.
No.
It's where people like pretend to be on horses, but it's literally just a horse head and a stick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's real tournaments that people have to go like. But I know. So,
I have seen videos of this.
So we made it for our boys where you have to, if you get last place, you have to register and be in a hobby horse competition.
That's amazing.
It was way too difficult. We started looking at it, we're like, okay, this isn't gonna work. And the guy that lost is in Georgia, and so we have no way of actually
making him do it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I got to figure out what to do with that. But like, because like if it was here, we literally were just gonna set up a hobby horse thing at what's the big park that everybody goes to here?
Balboa?
Like, no, not
Kate
Balboa.
Sessions?
Yeah, Kate Sessions.
Oh, Kate Sessions.
So we were just gonna
that's
set
funny.
it up and have them do laps for 30 minutes. And like, if somebody lost here, and like he would have had to buy it. So yeah.
That would be amazing. Could
Yeah.
you imagine being at Kate Sessions and
I'm just
watching
hanging
that
out.
happen?
You're just watching
For
it.
just a half hour.
30
Yeah,
minutes?
Yeah, somebody's just running around with like and jumping, like doing over like vaults and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, we got to figure out how to do that one. This year's, what is this year's? They have to do the 9-inning challenge, which is also really bad.
9 beers, 9 innings.
So it's 9 hot dogs, 9 beers.
Yeah, in 9 innings.
In 9
Didn't you
innings.
try that one year?
I did.
I mean, there's a lot of funny ones out there. Like I remember Connor Slattery actually, he had to eat a hot dog in a different way. I think it was for like 15 or 30 days, and had to do a story on Instagram, which is just hilarious.
Yeah,
like
eat a hot dog in a
different way. Yeah. So like you
Wild.
you chop it up, maybe put it with like noodles, you have a normal hot dog, and then you do, I don't know. There's a lot of good punishments out there that I'm like, that's hilarious. Then it's like simple, you know? So
Yeah.
like one of them, I remember one of my buddies, he had to be vegan for a month, and I had to showcase how much he was a vegan on Instagram.
That's a very generous one. 'Cause
That
I
is
feel
a
like
generous.
he would be feeling healthy.
Did he lose weight?
I don't know. I can't remember. One of my buddies just told me about it, and I was like, that's hilarious.
That's really funny.
That's
and,
really
and
mean.
it's like by the end it's mean, and it's also maybe he's like, thank you.
yeah.
Like maybe that actually
You never know.
helps in some way.
I don't even. What the hell would I eat? Oh man, that would be hard.
I mean, it would be healthy. You could just eat broccoli and stuff like that. I mean, I really don't even know what.
Oh well, yeah, because it would be what? Because vegans don't eat like dairy
I
or.
think there's just no meat, right?
Well, no, so that's just vegetarian. But
Oh.
vegans, they don't eat anything that would. They can't have eggs,
Oh, that would suck.
right? Because it's like anything that would be from an animal.
Anything that's living,
Well, no, not anything that's living, because that would be all plants and fruits and shit too.
not living.
It's anything animal produced or animal
Yeah.
made. That it covers vegan. Like, that covers a lot of food
It
that would
eliminates a lot
not
of
be.
things. Sorry, I always just think of there's a Simpsons thing from it where he goes, "I'm a level 4 vegan. I won't eat anything that casts a shadow."
Jeez. That's crazy.
That's so water.
Yeah.
Not out of a cup.
That's so funny. Oh man, that's fun though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know like we do like March Madness and stuff. Like, and I even like March Madness with like partners and stuff like that. Like, I think you guys know the folks over at Primary Funding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like Jeff, I think I was talking with Jeff Severson and then Casey Totten, who's over at PNC Bank. We just talked, like they always do like a March Madness thing, and so we set up like an actual March Madness like pool last year. I think you were in it, maybe.
I think you were in it.
I think I might have been.
Yeah, but it was like $10 or something, like, and just see how many different business folks we can get into it. I don't know. It's just fun.
Yeah. I think I was.
Well,
in it.
it just makes it fun to, because we were supposed to go watch the games on that one day and we didn't make it up to North County. It's fun to, especially if it's with a group of people that we know, and then if we can watch, March Madness is something where we can actually spend a day watching games together and cheering against each other, and so that does make it exciting.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm cheering for teams that I've never heard of in my entire life.
Yeah.
It's the best part about March Madness.
Yeah. Are you excited that San Diego has a soccer team here? Like how many games did you go to
So I
last?
haven't, it's funny. I actually haven't had a chance to go to
What?
one yet. Yeah. My buddy actually, like one of my good friends, has season tickets, and it's just been on like days that I just could not go. I mean, if you're telling me that I could go to a game here and then they're playing like Inter Miami and I can watch Messi, then 110%, 1,000% I'll be there, because I would love to go see Messi in person. I don't know. For me, it's like MLS is cool. I mean, the Premier League's awesome. Like when I went over to Italy, I watched a Roma game, and that was one of the most surreal. Like I mean, Lambeau was incredible, but I went to the Roma game, and it was ridiculous.
Sport, like soccer, football in Europe is a whole nother thing.
Oh,
I was in Barcelona. I didn't go because I didn't know that this was happening. It was Barcelona, Real Madrid in Barcelona.
Oh, yeah.
And they
El
won.
Clasico.
And the whole city, like, it was mayhem. Like, it was crazy.
No, it's crazy. Like,
we were at the bar next door, and like we just felt it. Like you could feel all of it and hear it, and people love the football teams,
which is the best. Like, in all the songs and everything. Like, I still get chills when I like look like, or like a video pops back up on like my feed of being there, because it's just crazy, the passion and all that. I'm like, this is nuts. So I'm more into the European like soccer and all that stuff. I mean, with the World Cup coming up too, that's gonna be awesome. I'm very excited for that. So.
Yes.
Where is that this year?
It's here. It's Canada, US, and Mexico. So they have some games at SoFi.
I'm pretty sure they're playing in Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City, New York, I think, and Dallas, or Fort Worth, or Arlington. That's what it is. And then they have Mexico City, I think Vancouver, a few other places. But
well,
it's gonna be crazy.
It's on our agenda to have a 6 Degrees event, SDFC 6 Degrees event. So
try to do kind of similar to what we did with the Padres.
So you'll have to come to that one.
No, I will.
So that
100%,
you can go to one.
I will.
Their games are really fun. I mean, I'm not even a huge I honestly, there's things that I don't even really know about soccer at this point, because I just haven't. That's not something that I grew up with.
Yeah.
But those games that we've gone to there have been a blast.
No, it's fun. Like, I mean, and people, trust me, like, I talk to people that are like super, I mean, I'm super into football too, but like people, they're like, why is it end in a tie? It's like all these different things about soccer. They're like, it's just passing ball back and forth. But I say the same thing for baseball. Like, I hated baseball growing up. Hated it. I love the Padres, and I love going to Padres games and everything. And that's honestly moving to like San Diego County, like Carlsbad, definitely has grown, because I go to a shit ton of Padres games just with like just in general, and
the nature of what you're doing.
It's
a great way. It's a great way to spend time with clients.
And it's fun. Like, and it's like, I mean, I don't like.
You guys have a suite, does King?
No. But it's what is it called? Yeah, I mean, soccer is just fun. I mean, I played it literally my whole life, and so it's just fun to watch. And
the only thing about soccer that pisses me off is the clock situation. That's the only thing that pisses me off. It's just like, we're just gonna end the game when we feel like it after the time's allotted.
So not the clock, but you're saying at a time.
About like the injury time, right? Like, so it goes to 90 minutes.
But there's just like these added minutes, and then it's like, but then the added minutes, and then we're just gonna decide that there's no forward progression, so then we're gonna end it. I don't know. To me, I'm like, can we just pause the clock?
Yeah.
Every other sport just stops the clock when something is, when there's a break of some sort. But like, I get it's very just constant moving. Like, there's not really, but even hockey, this is kind of the same thing. Hockey's constant moving. They're constantly like, whatever. It's not the same as like going out of bounds and getting it back in bounds. I don't know. That's the only thing. That's the only thing with soccer that I'm like, what can we?
All right. That's good. That's the only thing.
And so for me with baseball, the thing that pisses me off is the fact that all of the fields are different sizes. For the teams that have astronomical records of home runs, I'm like, well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
What's crazy is it's not like as different as they are. It's not that much of an advantage or disadvantage. In like the 182 games or whatever it is, 162, whatever they play, it doesn't really factor in that much. As much as you would think it. Like
sure?
The hitter-friendly ballparks versus the pitcher-friendly ballparks, because of how many games there are, it like kind of just averages out.
I've got zero clue. I have zero. I have no idea.
Like, more home runs get hit at certain ballparks for sure, and the team that plays there half their season. But you would think that they would have more, I guess is what I'm saying.
And they don't? Is that data that you have? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not as big of an advantage as you would think.
Well.
Yeah, basically. Like, I just didn't like baseball growing up, and it was just, I think, because my parents didn't like baseball either.
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't either until the Royals went on their run, and then I actually sat down and tried to understand the game.
Yeah.
And that changes everything.
Yeah. And I mean, it's fun watching the Padres and going to, like, I don't know. I mean, it's because it's like, besides SDFC, it's the only team that San Diego has.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been fun. Like I remember even going to just like a yard house, and it was the playoffs against the Dodgers, and it was fun to watch because the whole like it's just people having dinner at a yard house and they're losing their shit, and I was like, this is great. I don't know.
It's kind of, I mean, it sucks that the Chargers left, but the fact that the Padres are like the only thing in town, and even when SDSU went on their run to the national championship, it was like the whole city was this,
invested.
Like you could feel the sports buzz.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the Chargers would come back to San Diego. That would be awesome. Because going up to SoFi, it's a pain in the ass. It's 2.5 hours.
Ooh.
Well, actually, no, probably not. It's like an hour and a half, but you could take a train instead.
Yeah, the
and
train,
just be here.
The train is the cheat code for sure.
And that's also the easy part for us. Like,
and you're I mean, from where you are in Carlsbad, you're halfway there compared to here.
Oh yeah, we can just walk to the train station, take it down, and go. I mean, that's the same thing we do for like the Del Mar Fair and horse races and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So I took the train up to. I mean, we got picked up, but like I took it up to Fullerton. That's where we got picked up. The train goes, I'd say, up to LAX, and that's really it.
Oh, I thought I went the other way. Like it goes inland.
I think it goes. I have no idea. I
'Cause
don't
when
know.
we
I looked
took
at the
it-
map and I was
It
very
goes to
confused.
we've got
Because we went to downtown
LA.
LA. Yeah.
I like the train though. The train's great.
No, the
train's
train's
just easy.
awesome
Yeah,
because
you don't have to deal
I
with
can
anything.
actually do things on the
Yeah.
train while we're going.
And it's a very just scenic.
Yeah.
Half of it's ocean.
Oh yeah, you go up San Clemente. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. I do love and appreciate how you've integrated your background with marketing, and then you love the sports aspect, and that's part of the way that you've presented yourself in the business world.
Yeah.
Right. And just you call it stupid stuff, but like I think it speaks volume to like using your skill set and having fun with the things that you enjoy, and bringing that to an industry like the insurance industry, where it's like that's not necessarily the most exciting place to talk about.
Yeah, it's give and take. I love this job. Like, I love being able to talk. Like, I mean, with my clients and with prospective clients, and being able to help them with so many different things. It's just, and that's a fun part of it, is like going in and seeing what they have, and seeing. I had a group the other day that they had 2 Medicare eligible employees, and you can't force somebody to be on Medicare, but they had 45 employees. They had 2 Medicare eligible employees that had families that both of the spouses actually were about to be Medicare eligible, and one of them had a family, but one of these individuals was paying $5,000 a month for them and their family, and it was nuts. I was like, this is crazy.
Wow.
And they were paying $5,000, and the other individual was paying roughly around $3,000 for him and his wife. So we had our Medicare specialist in house talk to them, and because what the contribution looked like from the employer, it saved a combination for both the employer and the employee. It was close to like $82,000 a year for both of them.
Savings.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Holy
So
shit.
that's been one thing that I always look at. Like, I'm like, hey, like you have a few Medicare eligible folks that are on your group health plan, and it's crazy. Like that's it's honestly kind of nuts. That happened. There was like 2 or 3 groups last year that we looked at their census, and I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
You got to just look at this alone. But it's the knowledge of the networks and kind of talking to these groups about all these other things too, because with all the different HMOs, with the different narrow networks, full networks, everything, it's just kind of having that conversation with them and just helping them make the best decision. Because health insurance isn't fun to talk about. People hate it. And it sucks. It truly does, because it's like people get increases every single year, and it's just, it's hard to talk about because it sucks. I mean, that's truthfully what it is. And like, I mean, people get increases. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. But for a lot of folks out there, like when it's just, you're having the conversations with them, especially if it's a prospective client and someone new, that like, if we have a client, we make sure that everything already is buttoned up and everything's good. They're on the networks they should be. They have the doctors, the plans, everything. So a lot of times it's like, hey, you're on the best thing that you can get. You're still getting like a 12, 15% increase, and that's just what it is. We look at other carriers, it doesn't make sense, but for some prospective clients, it's crazy. You look at it and you're like, hey, this is what we could do instead.
Right.
So
I've seen so many videos online about just basically people being like, paying for health insurance is almost a scam at this point, and I can go in and I can say I'm going to pay cash and I'm going to pay up front and all these things. Is there truth to that,
Yeah.
to your knowledge?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, there's definitely, like, I had a client that I think they were looking at getting a CAT scan or something like that, and it was cheaper for them to do just cash payment than insurance. And so, I mean, that's for some of those things you could just ask for it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it depends. And that's kind of where the education, I think that's like the biggest thing that's missing when it comes to like some of these group plans is the education. Like I had groups that never had an open enrollment meeting, never had an in-person education where they were like understanding actually what they need. Like I sat down and talked with one of my clients and with one of their employees, and they were on a PPO. They're like 28 years old. And I'm like, how much do you go to the doctor? And they're like, oh, I never go to the doctor. I'm like, then why are you on a gold PPO? And they're like, I don't know. It's just PPO and it's there. I'm like, what doctor you go to? They're like, oh, I go to Scripps. I'm like, perfect. You just go to this HMO. You're going to do this instead with the contribution of what your employer is paying. Instead of you paying $98 a month, you're going to pay like $5 a month.
Right.
So it's just kind of educating them and talking to them about what is the best option for them, because that's truly what it is. I mean, it's confusing as shit. Trust me.
There's so many. Yeah, it's all this just twisted.
Yeah.
All these different parts, and it changes every year. And it's unless you go through it, unless you have a health thing. Like we talked about when I had my thing last year. Yeah. You were just like, if you need any help, like just let me know. I live and breathe this. I do it all day, every day. And there's some things. There's some shortcuts. There's some things you can do different, and just navigating that is a nightmare in itself.
No, it is. And that's like, I mean, that's kind of one of the things too, when we bring on a client, we have like, obviously it's myself, but we have a dedicated account manager for whether it's like the HR director, CFO, office administrator, sometimes it's even the owner. That's our main point of contact. But the same thing for the employees is they have an employee benefit advocate. So like anytime that they have any questions or need anything, and like I always use this example that one of my partners at the firm had a client that fell off a horse. It was one employee that fell off a horse, had to get airlifted to a hospital, had all these bills and issues and all this stuff. And so we just basically told them like, hey, talk to the benefit advocate. They talked to the benefit advocate in our office, help them basically get everything figured out, because it's so many different bills and so much other shit coming in. You're like, what the hell's going on? But they helped them basically get it all figured out, and they were able to just help them. And so like that's the same thing. Like anytime that employees have questions, they can reach out to their benefit advocate, and we've seen that it's been extremely helpful for folks.
Yeah. Well, I think the other part that I've known, but I think it's reinforced when I've talked to you and other people in this world, is like to switch to you and to work with you, there's no cost. The insurance company is the one that's paying the broker. Yeah.
And how we get paid, and it's like, I mean, we get paid a commission through the insurance carrier, and that's really it. You move from one broker over to us. Like, and that's the crazy thing too, is a lot of the times, like I'd say 70% of the time, it's not based on like maybe they love the carrier. Like maybe they're with Anthem and they're like, we love Anthem, like, or they're with Blue Shield and they're happy with their benefits. They don't want to change anything, but they're just, from a service perspective, it's just not going well for them. Like their current broker is not doing a good job on the service side. We can take over as broker of record and basically keep everything that they have in place, but we can take over as the servicing acting broker. And that happens way more than you think it would, because we can just help them off the get-go and help them with their current. So it's not like we have to wait until the renewal of January or March or whenever their renewal is. Right. But we just get paid by the insurance carrier. And it doesn't matter what, we're not biased towards one carrier to another. I mean, there are some carriers out there that are just stupid as shit. No, there are. It's dumb because they've messed up so many different things, and they're just a pain in the ass to work with. But
well, is that what you would say is the most rewarding part of your job, is the client example that you just shared about? Like, we found this Medicare, there's more people going on Medicare, like stuff like that.
No, I mean, like a service perspective, helping people, like just kind of from an education perspective as well, helping people through issues. But I mean, it's in a world of 14 to 50% increases that are just like, hey, like it's usually delivering bad news when it comes to the increases. Mm-hmm. Finding ones that it's, hey, like we're going to save you like 80 grand or we're going to save you like crazy. 40 grand. I had a group last year that we just helped basically change all of their life insurance and their long-term disability on the group side. They were with this one carrier and took it out to a bunch of my other carrier partners for the ancillary stuff, and we were able to bring their long-term disability down 75% from a 75% cost-wise, and their life insurance 50%, saved them like $46K. It was crazy. I was like, that's nuts. And that's like a whole other thing too. Is like, obviously that affects our commission, but at the end of the day, I'd rather do the right thing for the client and make sure that they're all taken care of it. If they can save money and use it towards their employees or towards whatever they want to do.
Because eventually, so being able to save them money on that end could potentially have them break through to grow their business even more.
Yeah.
And then they're hiring more employees, and then right, then you're helping them grow their business. They stay with you because of that.
Yeah.
And then the commission piece ends up coming back in the end.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I mean, end of the day, I don't like, cause it was funny. I had like, even some of the ancillary carriers were like, do you want to up this like a little bit? Cause we're like saving like a shitload. I was like, no, I don't give a shit. I was like, we don't need to up it at all. It's like, just, this is what the rates are going to be. We're going to save them 46 grand on both this. Let's just save it.
Wait, the carriers were asking you if you want to do it?
Because it was such a cut in commission. Yeah. That they were like, do you want to like up this at all? Or like up like the rates? And I was like, no, I'm good.
Just the fact that the carriers are making, just think about that question. I would imagine most people are like,
be a little shady.
Yeah, like let's build in this margin so that you get paid. Right?
Yeah,
like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just, I don't know.
Crazy.
End of the day, I was just like, no, we don't need to do that. Because I was like, yeah, it's going to cut the commissions down, get them out, but like, who cares? It's going to save them a shitload.
Yeah.
And that's sick. So I don't know.
They're going to love you forever for it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just doing the right thing for people.
Yeah.
And it'll eventually, I don't know.
What would you say is the biggest thing you've learned?
Just take care of people. If I can help people, whether it's like partners and introducing them to other partners or introducing them to clients or prospects or whatever, it's like, if I can help people and it grows their business or grows whatever, I'm happy to do it. I always, when I'm talking with people and getting lunch or coffee, I'm like, who are good people for you to talk to? And it's like a list. I talked to this attorney yesterday and she was like, yeah, like CPAs are good for me. I'm like, oh, awesome. I have like 4 for you. And knowing that maybe potentially it'll help one of my CPAs as well. Yeah. I don't know. It's just helping people and introducing people. Just helping people.
Connector of the year. That's the thing, is it's connecting people. That's what you're focused
I guess that's part of what I'm asking was helping people part of the way that you were brought into the company? And it's like, here's how this works, or is that just more you and the way?
I will say
where did you learn that skill? Because I would say you're one of the better connectors that I've met. And that's part of the reason that people recognize you as Connector of the Year.
Well, thank you. No, it's just, when I first started, like, I mean, most of the business that we got was from cold outreach. Mm-hmm. And so my dad always was relationship based and met a lot of different folks, and through the foundation and through just different things, through coaching soccer and all this different stuff, kind of built relationships that way. And I saw like how, and it's still for him, is doing the same thing. So I kind of just was like, I want to do that too.
So you had a really good example of how someone in the professional world can develop personal friendships, and that can turn into business and vice versa.
Yeah. And like, I mean, that's the thing that I enjoy. It's like, for a lot of my partners that have just become good friends, it's just shooting the shit. And then I have something. If I have something for them, I'm like, hell yeah, let's go, and vice versa. I never, and that's the thing, I never expect anything from anyone. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. If someone doesn't send me a referral, I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to me. Like, it's just, if I can help them and it builds their business, and then, I mean, maybe one day they send a referral or whatever, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
My bet would be most of it comes back.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, if I can just help them, happy to. So, did that answer the question? I have no idea. I rambled for a little bit there.
No, you answered the question. Because you were the first person in this role at King Benefits? No. There's been other.
Yeah.
The marketing was new.
The marketing was new, but I was the first. I mean, I think the first one that's like kind of doing like the networking aspect of it, of going out and doing partnerships and stuff like that.
Like biz dev sales.
Well, no, they've had biz dev sales, but it was all cold outreach. I mean, my boss, like Jeremy, for example, was almost all of his business was cold outreach, and he was really good at it. He still is really good at it.
That's so hard.
Yeah, but he's good at it. So that's just how he built it. And but I was like, I'm gonna do it this way. And I like doing it this way.
Yeah.
So, because if I was in front of a desk all day, I would go fucking nuts.
Well, what's one thing that we're each taking away from this conversation?
The Packers are going to beat the Bears. And the Chargers are going to beat the Patriots.
Very optimistic, this one.
Yep.
I hope the Chargers win, but I hope the Bears.
I
beat
hope the
Packers.
Chargers win. That I actually, yes.
And then they could play the Broncos and show everybody that they're frauds.
That would be
So.
great. I don't really trust Denver
do
either.
not want the Broncos to win anything. I cannot.
Who do you
with the
have? Who do
Broncos.
you have in the Super Bowl in your prediction?
In the Super Bowl?
Yeah, right now with everyone that like,
Oh, is that
wide
the
open.
reinforcement? Who's all of our picks for the Super Bowl? See who's
Could be.
right.
No,
Dude, I don't know. I mean, the issue is it's all dependent on like the first game. For the AFC, I think it's either the Bills or the Jags.
You think the Jags?
The Jags. Trevor Lawrence is playing out of his mind, and they had steamroll people. The past few games, I mean, they steamroll the Chargers, and they steamroll everybody that they've been playing, and Trevor Lawrence is playing lights out. So
Yeah.
I don't know. If this is the year to do it for Josh, it's the year to do it. I would love the Chargers, obviously, but it's the Chargers is the issue. It's hard.
Hard.
It's hard to trust that they're gonna.
NFC, I don't know. I mean, Stafford's good with the Rams, but the Seahawks defense is crazy. And if
Seahawks
Sammy
are-
D could go to the Super Bowl, that'd be insane. Yeah, so I'm going to say, I do want to say the 49ers, just because
From home field advantage.
they're really good. Even with all the injuries and everything, they're still pretty damn good. It's just throw the ball to CMC. I'll say my final is probably, it's bold. I'm going to say New England and Seattle.
New England and Seattle. Okay.
Drake May.
Wait, that's a Super Bowl that happened. What year was that? I remember that Super Bowl.
That was the one that Seattle should have beat Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have ran Marshawn Lynch.
Even though I
They
don't want
should've-
that to happen because I want the Chargers to win, it's just the Patriots look good.
Yeah, I haven't watched much of the Patriots. I haven't watched much of Jacksonville.
I do think Seattle. That's who I would be leaning towards. I don't know about.
I think the Bills, and I'm more between either the Rams or the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
One of those two, I think.
I can see it.
Who is the number one seeds? It's Denver and Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think either number one seed makes it. There's so many young quarterbacks that don't
Yeah.
have playoff experience. So give me the guys that have been there, done that. Give me Stafford. Give me Purdy. Give me Josh. What I'm taking from this conversation is it's good to sit down.
Oh, shit, sorry.
You did. You said the Bear. You playfully said the Bears are going to beat they're going to lose to the Packers, which will not happen. But we can talk about that on Sunday after the game.
Tomorrow night.
But yeah, no. I guess what I'm taking away is I think so every time I talk to you, I learn stuff, and I think it's interesting how so much of your career and how your life is like you just go with things, and I love it.
Thanks.
And it's worked out really well for you, and I admire it so much. I appreciate just getting to spend a little bit more and just understanding like your dad and the foundation stuff and your brother, and there's so many just really genuine nice qualities that you have, and I didn't necessarily know where they came from.
Thanks.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably the first time that we've sat down and chatted in more of an intimate setting. I feel like most of the time that you and I have ever really been around each other have been more in bigger groups. As much as I feel like there's like this brush off of, I don't know, I just do the thing and I connect people. There's a humbleness to you, but you're really smart and you do really amazing things, and that people really appreciate the things that you do for them and having you in their life. And so it's the reason, again, like why Eric said that you were nominated by so many people to be Connector of the Year, is because people really appreciate so much of what you do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Sorry I pushed you off for so many months.
Oh, it's all good.
We made it happen.
It's all good.
Thanks for
You're
shooting
here.
the shit.
Yeah,
That's all it is shooting the shit.
There's really only one way to start this deep dive for Anthony. I had to do it. He came in here wearing a Packers
He did come in here
sweater or whatever he was wearing.
a Packers jacket.
He was so confident.
And we took him out. Took him down. One of the most ridiculous games of the playoffs so far, in just playoff history, probably.
Yeah. That was absolutely
Pretty cool.
nuts.
Pretty cool to watch.
I was screaming. I'm not even, I mean, I'm a Bears fan by association, and I was screaming more than you were. Granted, you don't normally scream that much, but I was really, I almost lost my voice.
Part of it was I was in disbelief.
Yeah,
that
you
it
were.
happened.
There were multiple times I looked over at you and you're just like staring at the screen and like, wait, did that just happen?
Yeah, that happened. The Bears beat the Packers in the playoffs. They've only played 2 other times in NFL history.
In the playoffs, yeah.
In the playoffs.
Yeah.
2010, I think, was the last time, and then that's when the Packers went on to win the Super Bowl, and Aaron Rodgers got his Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
So maybe that'll happen to us. Unlikely, but
Hey, you never know. The
I-
playoffs are crazy.
I have said this to my friend groups that are back home. This year is already success.
100%.
Anything that we won that game, we are playing with house money.
We are playing with house money.
Anything else that happens from here on out is just bonus. This year, Ben Johnson's first year, second year for Caleb Williams, massive success to beat the Packers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That was just as, it's not quite the Super Bowl. It's pretty.
It's pretty close for the Bears.
It's pretty
yeah.
good. Biggest,
yeah.
one of, if not the biggest, but biggest rivalry in sports. It's real.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
I guess for
the
you,
cheeseheads.
The cheese heads.
All the grading of the cheese is
That was so funny.
pretty awesome.
My mom was like, why are they doing that? I don't get it. It was so good.
I should have brought Anthony a cheese grater and a thing of cheese when I saw him.
Oh, that would have been
Should've
so
had it on me.
funny.
Here.
Yeah. That was, well, that's already
Sorry, bud.
sailed. Yeah, sorry.
It was
that
a
we-
rough weekend. I mean, so he was also Chargers, talked about being a Chargers
that
fan.
was
and-
rough. That game was rough.
Yeah.
They had the Chargers, their O-line just said, no, just walk right on through. Come on in.
But the Bears won.
But the Bears won.
Big game this weekend.
Yep. By the time this comes out, that will already be known. So
We already won. This is the season. It's
yeah.
if they're able to do it, cool. If not, great year.
Yeah.
And something to build on for next year.
So fun.
It's also 15 years since the Bears had been in a
Oh, that
playoff
was my
game.
question. Was that game for you the most important pivotal game that you've ever seen in the Bears history, or
For
has?
sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't alive, or I wasn't here for the 85 Bears Super Bowl run.
Right. You missed it by a few years.
Well, I guess they were in the Super Bowl in 2006. They played the Colts. They gave Peyton Manning his first Super Bowl.
Okay.
So in terms
So
of
that
of
run-
stakes, that was probably like they were in the Super Bowl.
The height. Yeah.
Devin Hester ran back the opening kickoff of the Super Bowl.
Oh my God. So many people would have made so much money on that bet. That's crazy.
Yeah. Those are the two. But this was the Packers playoffs, everything, like the way the season's gone. I would say this one.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl was like, this is cool, but I don't really have a shot here.
You already knew that going in, you felt like?
Yeah, the defense was really good. Rex Grossman was the quarterback, and
You said what year? Where were you?
2006.
2006.
2006, I was in high school.
You were in high school. Okay.
So in terms of just like pivotal, it was like I was in Mike D'Annunzio's basement watching that Super Bowl.
I don't even know who that is.
D'Annunzio. He lives in Florida.
Huh.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Maybe he listens to this.
Hey, shout out.
Zero chance.
What if he just texted you after this came out and be like, I do listen.
I haven't talked
Thanks
to
for
him.
the
I have
shout-out.
not talked to him or said his name or heard from him probably in 10 years.
You never know. There's probably random people who find us, and
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. He's not listening.
That's it's like not random enough. Like there's people probably in like the other side of the world that have stumbled onto this,
Sure.
right? Because of the way it gets
That's
distributed.
kind of weird to think about. I don't even really think about that. In my mind, it's only just a few people. There's a couple people who listen to it from 6 Degrees, and then there's some of our family members who are pretty active in listening, and then that's it. That's,
No, we get it. You don't look at the numbers, but
I don't really want to. I don't really want to.
yeah.
I don't want to start looking at the numbers for this now because I don't want to start like competing with myself of like, oh, well, how do I mean, I know that that's obviously the goal is to grow anything. And I feel like at this point I'm doing this for so much fun that once I start
Yeah.
paying attention, then I'm gonna be like, wait, but now I need the likes and now I need the like, you know, the affirmations.
I know you're not a big Joe Rogan fan, and he said something, I'm not actually a huge fan of his, but anytime he has like someone specific on,
You don't have to
that I
justify it. I get it. He's a very smart person. Like there's things that he has said that I like. Even if I don't like him,
I respect him more than most people do. I'm not trying to defend her. I'm not like a raving fan. I listen to all his stuff. But there was a clip I heard recently of his because he had someone on that I was interested in, and he talked about when he started the podcast. People told him, "What are you doing filming? Like doing this? You're not editing it. You're letting it go for 3 hours. No one's gonna listen to it." And he's like, "If you don't like it, don't listen to it. It's not for you. I don't care."
Right.
3 hours for him. The whole reason it was so long, and the reason it's long form, is like 3 hours. I get to figure someone out. In 3 hours, you can't bullshit me for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You might be able to do it for an hour. You might like in 3 hours. Like we're gonna get through some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the way he started is like, I'm doing this for me. I'm having fun. You don't like it, cool. Don't listen to it.
Right.
Awesome. And
yeah, I mean, yeah.
400 episodes later, but that's how it started. So just to say like that, the numbers don't matter. Look at the way that started, a long form thing that was like, oh, like no one's gonna listen to that, and it's arguably one of the most successful podcasts.
100%.
Top 10 for sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, podcasting. It's so interesting now. I've like so many people have a podcast or at least start one.
Yeah, I think to me the thing about it is just the consistency part.
Mm-hmm.
I would say there's been so much value for us of just like the consistent of, okay, I have this thing, I have to ship it every week.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to sit down and we're going to do the thing. But like whatever that is, there's so much learning from that self-reflective, like we're going to do this thing on this, like whatever the consistency is, whatever the frequency is. It's
one of the most disciplined things that we're currently doing for the business. So yes, there's so much to learn, and you've said this before, why does this one work and how do we learn from that and replicate that in other parts of the business?
But yeah, just for anyone that's listening to it, is like, what's your version of once a week, Eric and Christina are going to put out a podcast. Blogging used to be a thing. It's not really a thing, but that could be like a personal journal thing. Like it's like, what's the consistent habit that is happening? And it doesn't have to be like to do it public. It just kind of, there's an accountability part. That's the only reason to really do this public.
Which, I mean, I know we talked about this a ton on the episode with Anthony. I'm just obsessed with all the different ideas that he shared of his marketing and the things that he's tried. Because even the cold outreach piece, the amount of times that all of us are probably receiving these messages on LinkedIn, and they all kind of look the same. Mm-hmm. And they're all kind of, I mean, they're boring to me. I'm just like, cool, another person with another, just here's your sales pitch thing. And so for him to have, it's like, I'm going to send these videos of me as a donut. Like, that's, and so how much I absolutely love puns, all of the marketing that he shared, I would say, yep, I'm meeting with you. Like, there's no way I'm turning that person down because I love a good pun and they're going the extra mile of making it a video. Granted, it's AI and it's easy to create, whatever, but still just the thought of not just showing up with the box of donuts, but let me create this hilarious video of, would it be okay if I came by and dropped off donuts or whatever? I just love it.
Yeah, there's the cute, funny, gimmicky, I would even say sometimes. But like, how do I cut through the clutter? It's this, like, so interviewing, getting a job, and finding like prospects is like, how do I get to the top of the pile of how do I get my resume for someone to actually look at it in a way that stands out? It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. And there's a numbers game approach, and I can just take the same message and send it to everyone, and I send it to 100 people, X amount of people will open it, X amount of people will get back to me, and that leads to X amount of meetings or whatever. But yeah, so much of it, for him, it's like, it's just this fun thing. And, you know, part of me, like the marketing person in me is like, okay, if you looked at all the ones you've done, which ones worked?
Yeah, you mentioned
how
that.
are they, and how are they similar?
Yeah.
And then how do you repeat that? Because that's anyone that's doing content on LinkedIn or social media, that's all the ones that are doing, that you're seeing, that's all they're doing. They're taking an idea, they're doing it in 3, 4, 5, 6 different ways. This one's working. Okay, why is this one working? Let's double down. And then they're doing more of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not rocket science. There can be like a little bit more like rhyme or reason to the marketing approach, right? So it's like, yeah, is that, remember when we took over 6 Degrees and we had the idea of like, I don't even remember what the idea was.
It was, okay, it was, this was,
you started working.
Do we revisit this?
You started working with 6 Degrees. It was before we took it over. And it was like, how do I meet new people? Right?
Yeah, there were, and again, this goes back into the puns, and we were doing something like, the first one came, I wanted to create videos, and I wanted them to be funny and memorable. You gave me some feedback, and then we started brainstorming some other cool things, and I said something about getting stronger. It was supposed to be like in the gym and lifting weights, and something about like my network getting stronger, or something to that effect. And I don't know exactly what all the phrases were we came up with.
Yeah, it was basically like...
Actually, it might be in my phone.
Delete it. This never came into fruition. But yeah, it was basically like heavy puns into like buzzwordy network language, like networking language.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, and it was like kind of doing around a certain place and a certain almost like character, right?
Like
to be like at the gym, like lifting weights. And
yeah.
Do you want to get? Do you
want to get? Oh wait.
I don't remember what the phrasing was.
Oh, so here was okay. So I didn't like write down the full thing, but yeah, at the gym was like getting a stronger business. I remember you were the one that had something about like, can we get on a sailboat? And it was something about like
relationships,
the wind in your sails, and and like 6 Degrees will put the wind in your sails, or like something like that.
But part of the premise for this, I think this is really important, is like, if we want the brand to be like this not corny, but like punny, almost, like there's an opportunity for that if that's what we want the brand to be. And like, I was like, that's not actually it.
Right. It wouldn't
really be authentic to me.
Well, it wouldn't be authentic to the 6 Degrees brand. What would be authentic is me doing funny videos like that, because that's authentic to Christina.
Yeah.
So I think there's a way, and here's the thing is, we've talked about this. You and I are still we are very much the brand right now still. Mm-hmm. And so I think if I were to create all of these videos, does that, I mean, obviously there's going to be an association with 6 Degrees. It's my company and it's our company, right? Like that's like gonna, of course. And is it still too closely tied to where, like, if I did something like that, does that really put a stamp on what the 6 Degrees brand is?
Well, so I mean, and this is kind of the balancing act of what Anthony's doing. And so he has autonomy within his company, and it sounds like free reign to, like, just if you want to try stuff, go for it, right?
Yeah.
And then the flip side of that is like, do I want to be known as the donut guy? Because if I put myself in a donut, and that's what that instantly, like, that is the association. Mm-hmm. And so it actually potentially takes away from the brand, because now I'm disassociating the brand with, I'm creating a new association with the person than the brand, versus like, oh no, like 6 Degrees, the stronger we can build 6 Degrees, the more we can just reinforce it rather than kind of taking away from it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Right?
It does make sense. It does, right? And so I think so much of what I have been wanting to share more from my own personal brand. The way that I'm sharing it is still really authentic to what I believe is in alignment with the 6 Degrees brand, right? And that doesn't mean that I can't lean into some of the things that are more personal about myself, and it's not going to be these funny, punny videos. I think part of the brand is, and why we started, one of the reasons why we started this podcast is to have these vulnerable and in-depth conversations. So how do I show some of that vulnerability online through my personal brand? How do I pull in some things? And I have some ideas and stuff that I'm working on for that, because that to me is still in line with the 6 Degrees brand, and it's in line with my own personal brand.
Well, so part of this is where values become really impactful.
Exactly.
Right. And so because our values are defined, and it's easy. So, and again, I want to be very clear. Like, I love what Anthony's doing, and I love it's very much
100%.
him, and he has fun with it, and it's creative. And there's it for the way I look at it is like, cool. Like, what's our version of that?
Right.
Right. And that's just something I do a lot with comparing. It's like, I love this concept. Like, how do we do something with this concept, whatever this is? But so the values piece is, and part of the question for Anthony's company, and the way to do it is like, what's the value that they have as a company that him being creative supports, right? If I can attach that behavior to a value, then all day, every day, right? And where it gets ambiguous is like, that's not on brand. It's like, what's on brand? What does that mean? Right. And so we've talked about the marketing strategy. All social media could be is, here's an example of how our values showed up, and just reinforcing the brand through values alignment with different stories, different photos, different videos, different mediums. Right. But that's all marketing really is showing visually and auditorially that this is what the brand is about, and helping whoever is receiving that create a story that aligns with the story that we're trying to tell.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And there's so many different ways that we can do that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's overwhelming at some level. Right. But at this point, it's like, if we looked back at the posts we made, we could do the exact same post. It's like, how do we do this one different? Instead of a video, how do we do a photo? And this one, how do we add more text? There's so, like, it's not recreating the blueprint every time. It's just like, how do you say the same thing a million different ways? One of the ways will catch, and people will, it's like, oh, cool, this one worked.
Yeah.
Marketing is, in 2026, it's very interesting.
It is.
Attention. It's all getting someone's attention. It's the psychology of cutting through garbage, and there's more garbage produced than ever because there's more content produced than ever. So how do I stand out?
Yeah.
And do I just want to stand out because it's different, or do I want to stand out on purpose? That's the difference. There's a big difference between that. It's like 15 seconds of fame type thing. I made one funny video.
For viral.
Going viral. Yeah. Some people just want to go viral. And so how do you, I think, evergreen content where it's like, I create this once, and whether someone sees it now or 15 years from now, it's the same, or like the message still lands the same. Like, that's super valuable rather than like time sensitive things. There's a lot of layers to thinking through marketing. And at the same time, I think sometimes that's where I get caught up in it, is like the strategy and being methodical and really, making sure we're on brand and like all this stuff. And at the same time, like Anthony's method of just like, no, this is funny, I'm going to do it. Still works.
Yeah, it does. I mean, because again, the personal brand piece of it, I think I said this on the episode, is in industries that are so oversaturated with professionals, how do I stand out? It's the same thing of how we started this conversation, right? In all the noise, how do I stand out? So he has figured out a really incredible way to stand out in an industry that has so many different people to choose from, and a lot of turnover both on internally and clients and everything else. So
yeah, I think the other thing is, it's really important that might get overlooked in this conversation, is I can do all the marketing in the world and do all this crazy AI stuff and this hot new trend and all this stuff and get people's attention. But if on the back end the service sucks, or the product isn't what I say it is, and the brand promise doesn't get fulfilled, it's all for nothing. It doesn't matter. So part of the actual magic for Anthony and his company with King Benefits is like, if I become a client, they're going to take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
So he's able to do it in a way. It's like, oh, like cool. Like you're doing what you say you're going to do on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, like, especially small business is like, I'm more worried about getting the new business and the sales and the focused on the new rather than like what I currently have.
Right.
We talk about that a lot.
100%. Taking care of my people is more important than going after
So
whatever's
like,
new.
people that have already said yes,
Mm-hmm.
figuring out how to make sure that they're getting what they need, supporting them, asking questions, making it better, the experience better. That's way easier. It sounds like more work, but it's way easier than finding someone that has no idea who I am, doesn't know what we do, explaining it to them, selling them, convincing them, right?
Yeah, that's a ton of work.
But
So much more work.
But in America, it's like that's where it's like we need sales. So that's where the energy goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's backwards in
Yeah.
a lot of ways.
Yeah, well, I mean, Anthony's definitely got it figured out. So I always really enjoy it. I mean, as much as I hated how correct he was with his picks this past season with my team,
Yeah.
I still found it really entertaining to watch his videos. So,
Well, what I love about what he did with Sora and specifically the NFL picks is he was already doing the NFL picks. He figured out a way to incorporate his hobbies and his interests into his work.
yeah.
And involve people that way and engage people, right? So this just made it more entertaining rather than like this static image of
Right.
of a Canva thing that he put together with the picks, right? So it that felt very genuine, right? He wasn't just trying this new thing. It's like, no, he loves football, he loves sports, and this is what he's been doing for years. It's just a different version of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's really commendable of just like, how do I bring my personality into a quote unquote not very interesting business in terms of insurance and group benefits.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. He's doing some cool shit, and he's 2025 Connector of the Year winner, and very well deserved. He is somebody that a lot of people, not just in the Six Stories community, but in the San Diego community, just truly, truly appreciate having as part of their lives, and always really looking out for other people.
We talked a little bit with him around just like this being, he's earlier in his career.
Mm-hmm.
What was your first job?
My first job?
First, like after high school job, or like, I don't know, what would you say your first job? Was it the snow cone?
I guess I would consider the snow cone place as my first job because I had responsibility there. My second summer working there, I was, quote, manager. And I think we've talked about how that was really just making the schedule. Like that was, I think I didn't really have that many responsibilities there, but I was in charge of running that solo.
What was your second job?
I worked at Old Navy.
Retail.
Yeah.
What was next? Give me like just the high level version of your job resume.
Okay.
Snow cone, Old Navy.
Yeah, Snow Cone, Old Navy. I mean, it was retail for the longest time after that because I did Old Navy and the Gap, and then I worked at a frozen yogurt shop, and then after the frozen yogurt shop, I think is when
Froyo.
Yeah, some Froyo.
You were a Froyo girl?
I did. Yeah. After that was Chili's, and then I was with Chili's for years. I was at 3 different Chili's in Kansas, in 3 different cities.
You were a chili head.
I was a chili head. This is why I like going to the chill
I didn't know
zone.
that you worked at 3 different Chili's.
I worked at 3 different Chili's in 3 different cities.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like transferring, right? It was just like,
yeah.
I had a good reputation at my first Chili's, so then the second Chili's.
High school?
No, this is after college.
It's after college.
Yeah. Chili head for life, bro.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much today. Eggs. Who knew?
We can leave that as an Easter egg for another time. Yeah, and then after that, I mean, I moved to Chicago and I just started working in the bar industry. So that was
What an interesting career path.
that was my career
And now
path.
you own 6 Degrees.
And now I own 6 Degrees with you.
I always think it's interesting when it gets laid out that way of just like, what are the, like, because those are all, like, the jobs are very monumental in the way that they connect. I didn't know the frozen yogurt piece, and I didn't know, you've probably told me the Chili's part, that you worked but 3 different restaurants in 3 different cities.
Yeah. Put her there, bub.
Put her there, bub.
Bye.
With a snow cone. Some froyo and a little bit of chili sprinkled on top. Interesting.